Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Picks Morning Show. I'm Tony T with you every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, giving out live free picks for today's card. And on today's show, we'll have picks for you from college football. Pretty big card, I believe 52 games on this Saturday, our largest card of the year. Also, picks for you here from the NBA, 7-game card, college basketball. If we get an NHL guy, we get an NHL. We'll get some props from Chris in the NHL. And of course, parlay peripheral segment here at the end of the show. Guys, make sure you give us that like, that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate that. And, of course, we are now simulcasting on YouTube in the horizontal and the vertical view. So for those of you on a mobile phone, now you'll be able to pick up bigger audience now as we have both formats we did something new that YouTube is just incorporated. Of course, with the StreamYard we use, it works seamlessly. So we're able to give you a good, of course, our horizontal screen good. Of course, we're just going to go with the basic black screen there on the vertical. I don't think there's a way to even put graphics in there to make it even look presentable. You couldn't even read them if I put them in there. So we'll keep it at that vertical, but we'll take care of the mobile folks out there. You can now watch us there in the vertical format. So guys, hit us up with that like, that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. So we won't mess around here on the Tony X Show. Let's get right to the picks. Let's go to Chris. Chris, what's happening?
Oh, not much. Coming off a rough day in the NBA Cup there. Went 1-2 there. The Rockets dropped it, and the Bulls absolutely got blown away. We did get the Suns, though. I had them at +3. They came through in there and actually won that one, so that was pretty good. And for the first time in hit list history, we had our first sweep. I told you guys I was going to try for that. I knew that was coming up soon with everything I was trying for. So thankfully, we swept all 3 goal scorers yesterday. So that was a silver lining to the end of a really bad NBA Cup day. But all in all, just ready to get to today.
Yeah, let's get to the day. And I was reading a comic. Some of these guys don't get greedy. Well, if you like a fourth one, put a fourth one. Nope, just keep it to what you got there. It was just I just get a kick out of some of these guys in the comments section there. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Good morning to all. Good morning to Kel. Good luck with your survivor pick there. If I know you're still alive there, no doubt about that. Chris killing it there on the hit list. All right, guys, we'll get right to the picks here. We'll do 4 blocks. It's a rather large card. So in block 1, we're going to cover the nooners and the single game at 12:45, which is Charlotte and Georgia. Some of the notable games here, well, that your Fox game is going to be a blowout here. We see Ohio State 30.5, total 53.5. Let's see, Miami and Virginia Tech. Miami an 18-point favorite on the road with their playoff hopes still alive here. Missouri, Oklahoma should be a good one here. Oklahoma 5.5, total 42.5. Louisville and SMU. Looks like SMU's 4.5, total 49.5 there. Some of the notable games there for you. Looks like Miller Moss is doubtful here for Louisville, so we could have a backup in there for Louisville. And in the Ohio State game, their wide receiver Smith here, doubtful for Ohio State. So we started off here with Chris.
Definitely look at this Missouri-Oklahoma game there, 42.5. I know it's a little bit lower, but I think we see a defensive matchup here between these two. So I'm going to take the under in that game there. And go into another one in the SEC before I go to these other. Charlotte, Georgia. I think we just see an over in that one. Even if Georgia has to do most of the heavy lifting there, I think we still get up and over that total. Probably going to be a blowout there from Georgia. Switching over to stuff that's not the SEC for me, Miami, Virginia Tech. I'm actually going to probably be, I don't know if I'll be on an island or not here, but I'm going to take Virginia Tech with the 18 at home. They're the +18 if you can get it. I've got it at 17.5. Dropped just about a half a point there for me, but I'll still take Virginia Tech there. And another one I'm looking at is Kansas, Iowa State. And I'm going to take Kansas on the road there with the +3.5 is what I've got.
There we go here. Chris, tell you what I think about these games here. I'm going to go with Minnesota. This game, again, will be played at Wrigley Field with Minnesota Northwestern here. Looking here at the Wildcats, really getting poor quarterback here at the quarterback position. You got Minnesota here. I'll look at him here in this spot. They're not really defending well. This Northwestern team in conference gave up almost 5 yards a carry, 7.7 yards per pass. If I could look at Minnesota in that spot, what else are we going to look at here in these games here? Let's see, Missouri here with their backup. No, I don't want to look at that one. I'll look at SMU at home, laying this short number. I believe we're still at now it's up to 4.5 here because of Miller Moss news. But SMU 3-0 at home. They have wins against Miami here. Look at SMU here at home in the ACC. They're throwing the football for 302 yards a game here, 73% completion rate, 8.2 yards per pass. If they defend the run well, I'll look at SMU there in that spot. And what else are we looking at here in this block of games? Kansas here getting the points is the way I'm going to look at this one here. Look at Kansas. Iowa State just 1-2 at home in conference play. They've been able to cover 4 of their past 5. They're getting efficient play at quarterback on the road, and these Jayhawks in defense. And Iowa State here at home here has struggled stopping the run. So I'll look at Kansas here to get it done in that one. And let's see if I have any other ones I want to look at here. I'll look at Tulsa and is Tulsa Army in this one? Yep, Tulsa Army is in this block. I'll go under the total in this one. Tulsa's really going to struggle with quarterback efficiency. Army at home, they just keep the ball on the ground. They've gone under in 6 straight. We got Hurricane here going under in 5 of 7 because basically on their quarterback play has been bad. So I like the under in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show as we will look at the next block of games here. And in block 2, we're going to cover the games from 1 p.m. Eastern time and end at 3 and cover the games up to 3 Eastern time. So we'll go from 1 Eastern time and stop and cover the games at 3 Eastern time. And we'll go back to Chris.
Okay, let me take a look here. I've got a lot of stuff at 3:30 actually, so I don't know if that'll be the next one, I guess.
That'll be the next one. Yeah, there's so many there. We move to the next one.
Yeah. So I don't have anything between that 1 and 3. I've got a lot of stuff in the 3:30 block though. All
right. I'll say what I got here in this block here at 3. That's kind of a funky block. We go to 3 Eastern time. They just really backload that 3:30 Eastern slot now. Let's see here. I'm going to go over the total with Baylor and Arizona. They did announce the coach coming back for Baylor yesterday, so it's been kind of a struggle there for them. They've not had the success there in the Big 12 that they expected from him coming over from LSU. He could have been the LSU coach if he would have done a good job at Baylor. He cost himself millions and millions of dollars. What they're going to pay. Well, I guess they're talking about what they're going to pay their next coach. They can't even settle. I don't even know why someone will sign. They're going to stiff Kelly over there. So I don't know. That seems a weird situation to me there. But anyway, you look at Arizona in conference here. Here at home, they're putting up 29 points a game, getting good work in the passing game. You look at Baylor here on the road, giving 39 points a game, nearly 5 yards a carry. But they are getting good play on the road at the quarterback position. So I'll look here at the over in that one. And then, Washington State seems like I know James Madison is in the talk here to get the at-large bid here from the group of 5, but I got to take Washington State. This is too many points to get Washington State here. Heck, we saw them go on the road and give Ole Miss a tough time. So there's no reason why they can't cover this number here at JMU. I mean, they had competitive games at Oregon State, Virginia, and Ole Miss, and the Cougars on the road this year are giving up just over 23 points a game. So I'll look at Washington State here getting the plus price there against JMU, who I know they need it, but they just need a win, to be honest with you, to try to keep their hopes alive for that at-large bid here. What else we have here in this block? Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and lay with Wyoming. Nevada's been I know they just come off a win at home, but they've been a terrible road team. 0-3 in conference play. They can't run the football. Really bad quarterback play on defense. Really poor defense against the run and pass. Wyoming can run the ball at home. They defend the run and pass well at home, and they're 8-3 of the spread at home here against the Mountain West. So I'll take a look here at Wyoming and lay the 7 there at home. And what else do we have in this block? Is we're going just to 3 p.m. Eastern in this block. I like the over here with Marshall and App State. Marshall's gone over in 6 of 7. And looking at App State at home in conference play, they're throwing for 313 yards. Can't guard the pass. This is again another one of these Sun Belt teams that can throw but can't defend the pass. When you look at Thundering Herd on the road in conference play, getting good work at quarterback, running for 5.5 yards a carry, but again, cannot defend the pass. So another Sun Belt over there. Let's see if we have anything else to roll with here. That's going to do it here. So I was going to look at South Florida, but that number has gone too high there. No, I don't want to lay that much on the road. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Speaks Morning Show. Let's have another one at 3 Eastern time, which I might here. Let's see here. 3 Eastern, we're going to stop at. And is that New Mexico State at the end of this one? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't want to touch that one. Let's see here. 3 Eastern. Yep, I'm going to stop there in this block. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Speaks Morning Show. We'll continue on in this block. We're going to cover the games at 3:30 Eastern time and go all the way till 5 Eastern. So we'll stop at UL Monroe and Texas State. So in this block, it will be the loaded 3:30 Eastern and stop here at 5 Eastern. So we'll go back here. Actually, some notables in these games here include Arkansas, Texas laying about 8.5, total 58. The big one, or USC, Oregon, could be a playoff eliminator here. Oregon now up to 10.5. The total sits here 59.5. We've got Kentucky, Vanderbilt laying 8.5, total 54.5 there. We got a probable quarterback for Southern Miss. Looks like Braylon Braxton is questionable with a knee. And in Jacksonville State and FIU in this one, no, it doesn't look like we have both quarterbacks questionable here. There, well, no, we don't. It's a receiver questionable. So no quarterback situation there in Jacksonville State and FIU. Other notables in this block would include, let's see, TCU Houston laying 1, total 55. And also Kansas State, Utah laying 17.5. Now the total sits at 52.5. So what else do we have here in quarterback situations? Let's see. Looks like the Coastal Carolina quarterback is doubtful in Samari Collier. Doubtful there for Coastal. So we go back to Chris.
So first one we're going to look at here, Arkansas, Texas. Give me the over there. Arkansas 5-0 to the over after a home loss there. There's a system play really on that one. Same way with Kentucky Vanderbilt. I think we see some offense in that one there. We're going to take up and over that total as well. Something like there. I think with Coastal Carolina, I mean, that's South Carolina. That should just be absolute blowout there. I'll take it's just a lean, would never be a premium, but minus 24.5 to South Carolina. Not anything we're really looking at. But since it's the SEC, I took a glance at it. But yeah, it's a blowout there. Looking at ECU, my Pirates versus UTSA. I'm actually going to go with UTSA. They're just covering a little bit better than my Pirates are. So I'll take the points with them in that matchup there. And then I know this USC Oregon one there. It's 10.5, I believe. I'm probably going to be on an island with that one as well. I'm going to go use USC to at least keep it close enough to get into that number. They probably won't win it, but I think they will at least keep it within the number to cover that.
There we go here from Chris. Just to let you know, some of the guys are mentioning there, you don't see a lot of comments in your chat. We are simulcasting here on vertical and horizontal feed. So if you are on the vertical feed, it probably have less people in there than the vertical, from what I can tell. Maybe I'm wrong. It depends on how people are looking here at on their phones. But we do have different ways to watch the show now on YouTube. So keep an eye there. All right, tell you here what I will tell you about some of these games here. I like UTSA here getting the points here against East Carolina. UTSA 2-0 at home in conference play. A notable win against Tulane. They almost ruined their playoff season. They are still in the mix, Tulane, by the way, but still UTSA 2-0 in conference play. The Roadrunners at home, boy, they're running the football for almost 5 yards a carry, getting great quarterback play. They defend the pass well at home in conference. You look at ECU on the road here in conference play, struggling in pass defense, and UTSA 1 win away from bowl eligibility. They're also 9-1 of the spread at home against the AAC. I'll look at UTSA there in that one. I'll look at Jacksonville State in this spot here. Gamecocks have won 5 straight. FIU have home losses to Kennesaw State and Delaware. But you look at Jacksonville State, still playing the same way when Rich Rod was there. They're running the ball very effectively, averaging over 5 yards a carry and running at 263 yards a game on the road. And FIU at home against the conference get up 37 points a game. They're not stopping the run. They're not stopping the pass. I'll look here at by the way, the Gamecocks 3-1 the spread on the road, facing teams that allow 5.9 yards per player greater. So against these bad defensive teams, they've got the job done. FIU here 0-3 the spread at home, facing teams that average 5.9 yards per player greater. I'll look at the Gamecocks to get it done there. What else do we have here? Boy, it seems like a lot of points. I don't want to back Arkansas. I don't want to back Arkansas or Texas at all in that one. I don't like that game here. What else are we going to look at here in this slate of games? There's a lot of them here at that 3:30 spot. I don't like Michigan State there. That's a lot of points to give. Boy, it's tough to back North Carolina. You just don't know what they're going to get from this team. But I agree with Chris. I like and Jorge in the chat. I like USC plus the points here. This is where you want USC as a road dog in conference play. They're 5-1 the spread as a road dog. The Ducks 2-1 at home in conference play. We saw them lose to Indiana. But what gets me concerned is they only put up 21 at home against a bad Wisconsin team. That has me a little bit concerned. They could not separate more than that against Wisconsin. So I'll look at USC to get it done in that one. I can only look here. That Vandy game has gotten a lot of points, but I'll lay it here with Vandy the way they've looked to this season. Vanderbilt at home is running for 5 yards a carry, getting good work at quarterback. Commodores have covered all 3 home games against SEC opponents. The Wildcats here just put up 12 points a game on the road here. They're put up just 12 points a game here at home. I'm sorry, on the road here in conference play. 2.5 yards per rush, 5.7 yards per pass attempt. So I'll look here at Vanderbilt here and laying those points. What else do we have here in this block? In this 330 block, what else we've got here? I'm going to look at TCU and Houston go over 55. Houston at home averaging 8 yards per pass attempt, really struggling to defend the pass. The Cougars here 7-2 to the over against their FBS opponents. Horned Frogs 5-3 to the over as a road dog. I can only look at the over in that spot. And let's see what else we have here in this block of games. Let's see. I think I might. That's where we're gonna go till 7 Eastern time, I believe. Yep, that's where we're gonna go to here. I might have gotten too far in that one. All right. No, we're in this block up, and we're going up until 7 Eastern. Okay, so we can look at. I'll look at Kansas State taking the points here against Utah. I know it's a tough place to play, but looking at Kansas State, their defense has been very good here at conference play at home. Utah not very efficient with the quarterback position here, and of course he's been hampered by issues at quarterback injuries, but I believe he's going to be okay. Devin Dampier has been upgraded to probable, but he has been hampered with an injury, but still he's going to play through it. But I'll take the points here with the defense from Kansas State here on the road. I'll look at them in that spot. And what else do we have in this block? We're going to go up until, let's see, we're going up until 7 Eastern time. Let's see, do we have any other games here on the board that we'll look at? I hope I don't like that Coastal, this Texas State game. Yeah, I look at Texas State to pound this UL Monroe team. This UL Monroe team has been really bad, but I think that's the next block. Nope, that's still on this block. This is the last one in this block. Yeah, I'll get Texas State laying to here. Of course, if Texas State wins out, they will be bowl eligible here. So there's some motivation there. But you look, UL Monroe, they've lost six straight, failed to cover all 6 of them. UL Monroe on the road averaging just 15 points a game, giving up 36. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass here on the road in conference play. And the Bobcats, while they run the football very effectively at home, and they're averaging 8.4 yards per pass attempt, I look for a blowout there with Texas taking Texas State laying the points. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Speaks Morning Show as we continue on here to close out college football here with the final block. We'll cover the games starting at 7 Eastern and conclude with the last 3 games in 10:30 Eastern time. So this will be our last block from 7 Eastern on over to 10:30 Eastern. And we'll start it over here with Chris.
Yeah, looking at this 7:30 matchup here between Tennessee and Florida, always a good one there. We're in the swamp in this one here, but you look at the past 10 meetings between these guys. Florida's 7-3 against the spread there. I don't know if they win it, but I do think they keep it within that field goal there. Should be a tight game there. So I'm going to take the points with Florida. Sorry, Tennessee. Also, Western Kentucky, LSU. I'm going to take the boatload of points there with Western Kentucky and just go that way. They're 3-1 on the road against the spread, so I'd just rather have all those points. The last one I'm looking at here, Arizona State, Colorado. I'm going to take Arizona State there. I mean, you look at Colorado in conference games, 2-5 against the spread there. Arizona State just doing a little bit better, 3-1. So we'll take Arizona State to go into Colorado and get that cover for us.
There we go here. I didn't go here from Chris to tell you what I think here about some of these games here to close it out for this block. I like over in the New Mexico and Air Force. Air Force 5-0 to the over and home against winning teams. When you look at the Lobos here, they're on the road in Mountain West play, getting really good quarterback play. And the Air Force at home rushing for over 5.5 yards, almost 6 yards a carry, but they're giving up 6 yards a carry defensively and 362 yards passing per game. So their defense has been really bad here with Air Force, even at home in this spot. So I'll look at the over in that one. Let's see what else we've got. I'll take the points here. That's like a lot of points to give Nebraska. Yeah, it's down to 7.5. That's a big move there. So I'll look at Nebraska here plus the points. Nebraska 3-1 to the spread on the road against these bad teams with a 250 to 400 win percentage. Nittany Lions have lost 6 of 7. Cornhuskers here on the road rushing for over 4 yards a carry. Nittany Lions here has been very bad. They're getting bad quarterback play here at home has been the Lions team. So I'll look at Nebraska plus the points there. I like Georgia Tech laying it here against Pittsburgh. Georgia Tech 10-5 the spread at home. They got a very experienced quarterback in Haynes King, who I like. I like the home field advantage here for Georgia Tech at home in conference play, put up 33 points a game, 5.5 yards per rush, getting great work at quarterback. We just saw Pittsburgh with kind of a tough game. They got pounded by Notre Dame. We'll see how they feel coming to this one. But you look at Georgia Tech's defense, give up 19 points a game at home. Pittsburgh is a road dog, 2-6 for the spread. I can only look at Georgia Tech there in that spot. What else we've got here? I don't want to touch that Boise State. I guess Boise State team is just bad. That's all I can say about them. What else we have here? North Texas 9-1, and hey, why aren't they in the discussion for the group of 5? Right, they're probably one of the few teams. Them and I believe James Madison, right, are 9-1, but they're putting other AAC teams ahead of them. But I'll look at the Mean Green to get it. I'm sorry, we'll look at North Texas to blow out this Rice team. You look at this Rice team at home here. They've just been. Of course, they're running the triple option, which doesn't seem to be working well for them. Rice at home for conference, just running for 3.5 yards a carry. They're not getting anything out of their passing game. They've been very poor in pass defense against the AAC. The Owls have a 24-point home loss against Memphis. The Mean Green has covered 7 of their past 8, and a lot of those games have been against conference foes. You look at the Mean Green on the road, putting up 51 points a game in conference play, running and passing at some incredible rates right now. So I'll look at North Texas to get it done there. I'll look for the under here with Illinois and Wisconsin. I mean, they may go to a freshman quarterback here, the Badgers, because their starter and their backup are both hurt. We know Danny O'Neal is doubtful, and we know Billy Edwards is out. So that means you're going to have a freshman quarterback in there for Wisconsin. They have done nothing offensively all season. Matter of fact, when you look at the Badgers' offense, they've been held to 10 or fewer points in 6 of their past 7. But the one saving grace for them is they have been defending well. The defense is still good for Wisconsin, but the offense has just been terrible. They've gone under in 6 straight. Illinois has gone under in 3 of 4. I'll look at the under there in that spot. Tennessee and Florida, give me the home dog here with Florida. Florida 2-1 at home in conference play with the loss coming to Georgia by 7. But you look at Tennessee on the road here in conference play, they've been horrible. Get up 35 points a game. They can't stop the pass. Get up almost 8.1 yards per pass attempt. At least you're getting some good running here from Florida at home against the SEC, and the quarterback play has been pretty good at home in conference play, and they're stopping the run. Tennessee has failed to cover 6 of 7 on the road. We saw what Tennessee did in the playoffs last year, getting absolutely blasted on the road in their playoff game. I don't trust Tennessee on the road. I don't trust them laying more than a field goal here. I'll take Florida there plus the points. Give me Cal here at home against Stanford. I'm sorry, on the road here against Stanford. Cal is already bowl eligible at 6-4, but this is a conference game, a rivalry game. But again, Go Bronson has been benched. They're going to use Elijah Brown, a redshirt freshman. He's been thrown in because Go Bronson has just been ineffective, and the Cardinals failed to cover 7 of 10. Golden Bears getting good play at quarterback here on the road. Stanford just running the ball terribly in the ACC, so that's not going to really going to help Brown, the redshirt freshman that's been thrown in. Cal's won 4 straight against Stanford. Stanford, again, getting very poor pass defense at home here in the ACC, so I'll look at Cal to get it done. This one might be an upset possibility, but I'll take the points with Western Kentucky here against LSU. Western Kentucky is 8-2. So we're seeing a lot of these teams at 8-2 in the group of 5 getting discussed for playoff berth. But if Western Kentucky can pull off this upset, you could put them in the discussion. The way Tulane and South Florida, these teams have looked, they could be in the discussion. They played well. I know the Conference USA, but Hilltoppers have covered 8 of 10. We know Nussmeier is out of this one, if I'm not mistaken. I just want to make sure it's correct here because I believe he was announced that he's out. Yeah, Nussmeier will be out of this one, so LSU will be going with a backup quarterback here. And, I'll definitely look here at Western Kentucky getting the points there. LSU not really running the football effectively against the FBS, just 3.8 yards a carry. And, of course, WKU has passed well on the road, and they hold opposing quarterbacks at 59% completion rate. As I said, Hilltoppers covering 8 of 10. I'll look at Western Kentucky there in that spot. And what else do we have here? Let's see. Can Prime get it done here at home? No, I'm going to take Arizona. I'm going to take Arizona State here on the road. I know they switched quarterbacks here. This Sun Devil, well, both teams did, right? They've switched quarterbacks. They've gone to Jeff Sims, but he has been pretty good here in his outing here. But the Sun Devils here have run the football effectively, and their Colorado here on the Big 12 really struggles on the ground, and only 7.2 yards per pass attempt. But defensively here at home in conference play, give up almost 6 yards a carry on the ground. Arizona State can block and run on you. They have failed to cover here. They've lost 5 of 6. This Buffs team's really going nowhere at bowl ineligible. ASU here, 2-0 the spread on the road against losing teams. I'll look at Arizona State here and laying that number there. I'll look for the under with Washington and UCLA. The Huskies on the road really not running the football, not getting good quarterback play at all on the road this year in conference play, but they have defended the run and the pass very well in conference play here on the road. UCLA at home in the Big Ten has run effectively, but again, how effective is Emmanuel going to be here in this one? As we show him as probable in this game, so it looks like he's going to play come back from his injury there. So still we'll look at the under in that one. The Huskies have gone under in 5 of 7. The Bruins 12-5 to the under at home. Look under in that spot. Also, I like under in Utah State and Fresno State. Utah State 0-3 on the road. Fresno State has gone under in 5 of 6. Utah State in 3 of 4. But the Aggies on the road really getting bad quarterback play. Fresno State at home, also bad quarterback play. But they defend teams, holding teams to 14 points per game at home. It's been all the defense there. I think they held Boise State to 7 points on the road in a recent game. So I can only look here at the under in that game, going to San Jose State and San Diego State. It's an important game for San Diego State here if they want to try to get home field for the Mountain West Championship game. I'll go ahead and lay with them. San Jose State has just been a big disappointment this year. Ever since they lost to Central Michigan in their opening game at home, I'll look here at San Jose State to not cover this game. I like the Aztecs here. They've covered every home game this year. San Jose State has failed to cover 4 of 5. But when you look at the Spartans on the road in conference play, getting really bad quarterback play. But, man, look at the defense. 4.5 yards a carry and 9.1 yards per pass attempt. They're getting up 40 points a game away from home. We know San Diego State is a really good defensive team this year at home. So I look at San Diego State here laying that number. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Hicks Morning Show. As we continue on here, we'll move on over to the NBA as we got a 7-game card here. We'll do 2 blocks of 4 and a block of 3 here from the NBA. We got through some of the Cup games. The one team in the Cup that has made it into the knockout stages are the Toronto Raptors. So Toronto will move on to the next round of games. Just to note that the top 3 winners from each of the little groups will move on, and then there'll be one wild card. So one second-place team will also move into the round of 8. But these are not Cup games. We don't get into the Cup games until Tuesday, and then we close, I believe, next Friday with the Cup games. All right, so let's get to the NBA for today's action here. And we'll start it off here with Clippers and Hornets. Clippers, a 1-point road favorite here, total 227. Knicks and the Magic, it's the Magic laying 1, total 230. Hawks and the Pelicans, we've got the Hawks 8.5 on the road, total 230.5. Wizards and Bulls, it is the Bulls here, 12.5, total 243.5. And we'll take a look here at some of the injuries in these games. For the Clippers, no Jones, no Leonard, no Miller. On the Charlotte side, no Green, no Williams. Man here is questionable. James probable. We go on over to the Knicks and Orlando Magic. And Anunoby out. Brunson is now probable for New York. On the Magic side, there'll be no Banchero, no Morris Wagner, who's been out all season for them. And the final, we've got also here in this block, Atlanta and New Orleans we're covering. And in this one, Okongwu is questionable. Young out. For New Orleans, we have no Murray, Poole, doubtful. Williamson and Matkovic are both questionable. And in the Wizards and Bulls, we've got Bagley, doubtful. Sarr, Middleton, Johnson, questionable. And on the Chicago side, no Zach Collins. And doubtful are Terry and Buzelis. That's a big one there. Ikuru and Flowers, questionable. Kobe White here is probable. We go on over to Chris.
Yeah, look at this New York and Orlando one there. I'm going to take it with Orlando at home there. New York just 0-5, ATS on the road there. Just slight lean there. Definitely didn't make the premium in that one. Hawks, I'm going to lean to the Hawks covering, but I like the over better. I like the 231.5 there. I think we see some back and forth between those two. And I know the Bulls just came off of that last one there, but I still think we get up and over that 243.5. I know it's a big total, but I think we see zero defense. We see a lot of offense in this one, back and forth, just the whole way there. So I'll take the over in that one. Let's see. Yeah, and that's what I got for the block.
There we go here from Chris. I'll tell you here what I think here about some of these games. And we will look here at the Charlotte Hornets here to get it done and cover this number here against the Clippers. Charlotte's, they've had some struggles at home, but the Clippers have dropped 6 of 7 on the road. Get up 119 points per 100 possessions and minus 12 net rating. On the road, shooting very badly, just over 42%, 32% from three. And looking at Charlotte, does a better job of shooting the basketball, 47%, 38% from three. And they have Ball and Miller healthy in this one. Clippers have failed to cover 11 of 15. I can only look at Charlotte in that spot. Knicks on Orlando. This Knicks team got a road win on the road, but they couldn't cover it against the Dallas Mavericks. I'll take Orlando here. They've covered 5 of 7. New York here, not defending on the road very well, up 117 points per 100 possessions. But for the Knicks on the road, it's been the bad shooting, just 44%, 31% from three. They're not guarding the three-point line very well here on the road. I can only look here at Orlando in that spot. And, man, I can't back New Orleans, even Atlanta in this spot here. For me, it's just tough. Well, they are rest advantage, but I can't lay that many points with Atlanta, even though they're playing New Orleans. I just don't trust them doing that. And that's a huge number there with Washington Wizards and Bulls. I'll stay away from that one. 2 teams coming back to back. I don't like that high total now when I think about it. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. As we'll close out NBA with these final 3 on the board. Pistons and Bucks. We got the Pistons here laying 8.5 on the road. Total sits here at 223. Grizzlies and Mavericks. It's the Mavericks laying 1 here. Total 228.5. Kings and the Nuggets. We got the Denver Nuggets here 11. Total 237. We'll take a look at the injury report for this block of games. And we are on here Detroit and Milwaukee, right? So Detroit, Milwaukee. We've got Klitman and Sasser out. Ivy and Harris will be questionable. On the Bucks side, Giannis remains out. Porter and Prince also out for Milwaukee. Memphis and Dallas. Clark, Jerome, Morant, Pippen, Smaller out. Jaren Jackson doubtful for Memphis. On the Dallas side, no Davis, no Irving, no Nembhard. It will be Lively and Russell, both questionable. And we close it out here with the Kings and Nuggets. So Bonus is going to be out for a while, I think a couple weeks here. He's out for the Kings. And on the Nuggets side, it is a back-to-back, so keep an eye on them here. Bron Gordon out. Strother questionable for Denver. On over to Chris.
Look at this Pistons Bucks one. I like over the 223.5 there. I think just get up and down. Don't really want to go with a side on that one. Memphis and the Mavericks. I'm going to take my Grizzlies. You can take the points with them. I'm going to take them on the money line there. I think they're going to Dallas and get it done there. And then the Kings and the Nuggets. We just saw this back on the 3rd of November here, and the Nuggets failed to actually cover. They had 11.5. Now you've dropped it a point there. They're on the back end of a back-to-back. I don't like this Kings team. Thankfully, Murray is back. He's my favorite Kings player. I don't know that he's, full form yet, but I'm still going to just slightly into the plus 10.5 is what I've got for the Kings in that one. Like I said, they just failed to cover back when they played the Kings on the 3rd. So I'll take this on the back-to-back with the Kings plus 10.5.
There we go with Chris here. Tell you here what I think about the rest of these games. I can only took the points here with Milwaukee. I know there's no Giannis, but there's still some quality players here on the court. I know the Pistons have shot. They're struggling here from the three-point line, just 34% from three. The Bucks at home have shot the ball very well. They have defended three-point line well as for this Bucks team. So I'll look at the Bucks here plus all those points. And boy, that's a big. This I just can't touch that Memphis game. I will take a shot here at the Kings. They have the rest advantage here. Kings are 3-1 to the spread against these elite teams with a 700 or greater win percentage. One thing here about Sacramento, they have shot the ball pretty well here on the road. They're 48%, and they defend the three-point line there. I'll just take them here with the rest advantage here against Denver team who had a tough one, a cup game here against Houston. Now they got a back-to-back coming off a tough game there against the Rockets. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. as we will move it into college basketball. What do we do this time of the year? We don't do blocks. We just pretty much ask the captains to give us what we got. Give us what you got. We'll do the blocks once we get into conference play late December, early January is when we'll hit in the blocks. So in college basketball, Chris, what do you got?
I only looked at one today, just a local favorite here with North Alabama and Chattanooga. This thing has moved a good bit here, so I'm wondering what's going on with Chattanooga. But I'm actually going to take North Alabama plus the 10.5 is what I've got right now. Just Chattanooga just not really covering well, so we'll take the dog in that one with the points to get it done there. I think they keep it close. I don't think they beat UTC, but I think they can at least keep it within that number.
There we go here from Chris. One game I'm going to look at, I'm going to continue to face Steve Alford coming off losses against Santa Clara and UC Davis. I'll go ahead and take Santa Barbara in this game, getting the 5 points here on the road. You look at Nevada. This is a team that has faced a weak schedule and still sit 280th in the nation in effective field goal shooting and 283rd in the nation in effective field goal defense. They're playing terrible defense for this schedule. 37% shooting allowing. They're allowing 56% inside. They can't make inside shots. This is pretty bad here for a team that has played a weak schedule. Louisiana Tech, Pacific, Southern Illinois, Santa Clara, UC Davis is their schedule, and you see pink all over their stat line, which is terrible. When you look at the stat line, you think they'd be playing a really good. They play a tough schedule, but it's not. They haven't even played anybody from the top 100 in the Ken Pom. Their toughest was Southern Illinois, which is 130th in the Ken Pom, and they're putting up these horrible numbers. I got to wonder about what's Steve Alford's mind here, how this team has sunk down. They're not a big team either. Not a whole lot of continuity on the court. UC Santa Barbara, they can make their threes at 42%. So I'll look at them here. They don't turn the ball over. They secure the basketball. They do have pretty good size here for a Big West team, and they have a lot of experience. So I'll look at UC. I'll look at Santa Barbara here to cover the spread here with Joe Pasternak there as head coach there for Santa Barbara. He's been there since 2018. So there's a lot of continuity there in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show. Well, we don't have a hockey guy here, so check out our YouTube channel for our hockey. Got Ramon covering all the hockey for you for today, so check it out on the channel. Also, we'll take a look here now with our Parlay Pro segment, where our captains can give it a parlay, team player prop, game of the future. We'll start off here with Chris.
Just a couple here. One, just a sprinkle here, like Tony alluded to earlier. Western Kentucky could see the upset there. They're plus 1,100 for the money line if you want to sprinkle a little bit on that, just to lean. I think they go into Death Valley here and could get that upset there. Ugly game, like somebody mentioned about the Grizzlies and the Mavs. I'm still going to take the Grizzlies on the money line. That's just another one there. And then I'll put some goal scorers in the comments here, but I'll give them to you. It's William Nylander and Brad Marchand, but I will be updating those in the comments for you. And then something I'm looking at for the future here. We've already got a line for this for the Ole Miss Mississippi State game, 9.5. So I'll be watching that. You guys probably know who I'm going to be on, but we'll see how that goes, especially with the Lane Kiffin drama currently going on here. But this should be a good one next Friday. You think
obviously it looks like he's leaving. You believe that?
Yeah, I mean, finally, he's been past couple seasons. He's been back and forth, always around about mid-season. He starts to get a little restless, and the team kind of goes through that whole thing. And I think it's just whoever offers him the better deal here, LSU, Florida, depending on wherever. I mean, I'll offer to help him pack if he needs it, but he hasn't responded to any messages. So.
Yeah, that's right. A 9-3, and over at LSU, you can't lose more than 2 games or they fire you. That's the thing there. The bar is very high there, and they pay you. They pay you to go to lose no more than 2 games a year. That's.
I mean, I think he's got it well at Ole Miss. I just think he just. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with him. He's something else. But if he leaves, I'll be glad to go down to Oxford and help him pack.
There you go there from Chris. All right, tell you what I think of these games. I'm going to take the points here with LSU. I know joining Chris, me and Chris will be on our own island. I know a lot of folks have been on Oregon. I'm just not a Dante Moore guy. I didn't like how his attitude was when he was at UCLA. So I'll look at the Trojans there. Also, I'll look at the over New Mexico and Air Force. I like Cal to get it done here, to cover here against the Stanford team, going to Elijah Brown at quarterback there. Somebody had mentioned that he was a pretty good player here in California, but he's still young. I'll take him there. All right. Now it's time to see what we have for sale over at Tony's Picks. We just gave you our free plays, but if you head on over to our website over at Tony's Picks, you're able to find our best bets and more over at Tony'sPicks.com for our cappers here. Click the link in the description. You'll land right over here, which we'll put it up right now. You'll be able to see our site at Tony'sPicks.com, where we have leaderboards showcasing top performers over at Tony'sPicks.com. So let's take a look, see what Chris has for sale right now over at Tony's Picks. Chris having a great year in college football. So Chris, what do you got for sale?
So far, I've got you 3 in the SEC, 3 college football plays there. Best bet, 2 premiums, wrapped them all up in a 3-pack for you. I do have 1 from the NBA today. I got that in there. Didn't have any college basketball today worth really putting in there. But you got some of those. If I was to see anything later in the day, I may be putting some something in for college football later. But right now, 3 of my best plays from the SEC are in there. And then you guys like that short-term, long-term, hop on something with me, 3 days, 7 days. You guys know I cover NFL, which we've got tomorrow, and some college basketball when we get some SEC stuff in there. NBA still covering that. So I'm covering a lot of stuff, but 2-for-1 capper, pair me up. You guys who see who's on the screen and who's doing hot, follow us here. We try to give you the best picks we can. So pair us up. Let us go to work for you. And don't forget to use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Save you the 15%.
That's right, guys. Got aboard with Chris over at Tony's Picks. You can see his plays up there. 3-pack from the SEC, a best bet NBA, SEC Showdown best bet. And remember, all of our one-day passes are profit guaranteed. They must earn a profit or amount purchased will be credited back to your account for site credits. That's profit guaranteed. So get on board with Chris over at Tony's Picks and use that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save that 15% off. Our members, our plays are in by 11 a.m. Eastern time. So get on board. All right, guys, over at Tony's Picks today. I also have a best bet on the board, as well as let's see, we got a best bet, and we also have a 3-pack up there for you. I also have 2 more premiums there for my long-term subscribers. So get on board with me right now over at Tony's Picks and get signed up, as we got a big card here from college football. Only 1 big card left. That's next week. This is our last big Saturday of action, because we have those Friday games right during the Turkey week. So we got a lot of great content up there at Tony'sPicks.com. So go ahead and get signed up and use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Save that 15% off. Guys, we're with you here every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time here with the Tony's Morning Show. So make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. We greatly appreciate you guys doing that. Really helps build up our audience. And, of course, you can head on over to YouTube and check out all of our content. We just don't have live shows. We have 3 live shows on our channel right now. We also have a lot of great on-demand content. So when you head on over to Tony's Picks and you check us out there, we'll be able to show you more content, and that's right on our YouTube channel. We'll put that up there for you right now. As you can take a look here at our YouTube, a lot of great content that we produce for you here. Of course, our live show, 2 formats now. We have the vertical format and we have the landscape format. So you guys can take to choose how you want to watch the show. Also, as you scroll down, you'll see our playlist here with our compilation videos that are up there. Looks like it was 52 games that I got up for you guys. So 52 today from college football, deep dives from me, as well as NBA. Chris got the sunglasses on today with the hit list there. So maybe after that big day yesterday, maybe we should put them off, take them off. We don't know. Yeah. But anyway, we got Chris up there with the hit list. Check it out there. He's been hot. NHL hit list. Get rolling there. Also, our playlist for NFL, we'll have that full free tomorrow. College football, I've got the full rundown in college football, as well as Ramon with a big college football card for you today here on the show. Looks like he's rolling here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like he got 8 games for you guys up there on the board from college football. NBA, of course, Ramon and I have the games covered. College basketball, Ramon's got us covered in college basketball for today. He's got 3 big games for you up there, so check it out there with San Francisco, Minnesota, Providence, Penn State, Northern Iowa, and UC Irvine. Ramon's got you covered there, as well as covered you an entire NHL card for day from Ramon. So he's got a lot of content up there. We got 5 picks, our full videos, shorts up there. You can see Brian Biller contributing on the short side. So, guys, we have a lot of great content for you here on the channel. So check it out over at Tony Speaks YouTube channel, and give us check it out there. Live shows, as we've talked about. You hit the live tab, you'll be able to find this live show, as well as our night move show. That one's here every day at 3 a.m. Eastern time with Ramon and DeAndre. So we have that rolling for you. Also, we've got the happy hour Monday through Friday. We're also working on more live content for you here on the channel, guys. So check us out. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Greatly appreciate that. And, of course, a lot of great content produced here by our cappers. Check us out at Tony's Picks YouTube channel. All right, guys, with you here again tomorrow live at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. We'll be ready to roll here with this big card tomorrow from the NFL and more, so make sure you check us out. Thanks to everybody here in the channel. Of course, we got the goal scorers here from Chris there for you. And, of course, thanks to Kelly for checking us out. Also have Bridget Waters in the chat today. Thank you very much there. And, of course, appreciate everybody there here for the Indiana spread. Yep, they got it done there, no doubt. All right, we're going to be back again tomorrow live. Any closing thoughts, Chris, before we close it out?
No, just remember to check the playlist out. That's how we have it organized there. You can find my video there the best way instead of trying to scroll through everything, because they do cut the night moves there. So just go to the playlist and find the hit list. It's there every day. As long as I've got data for you guys, it'll be there. But I appreciate everybody. We doubled down today. I got 6 out there. So we'll see what happens today. A good day yesterday. We'll see how the sunglasses work, whether they affect anything or not. But anyway, I love doing that for you guys. And I hope everybody makes it a winning day.
That's right. Make it a winning day, guys. Check us out. Check the playlist. When you land on the page, just go down the playlist. You'll find the props there right near the top of it. That'll do it, guys, for today. Back tomorrow. Good luck to everyone. We're going to wait by it, guys. Making a winning one. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony's Picks.